Alright, so we're going to carry on with the video, with the build on this thing, a video series here. I think we're going to go ahead and start assembling some stuff here. I got some screws from Wolfsburg West and some clips. These weren't cheap. $1 each. I still don't know where they come up with that number. So anyway, got those. Got some of the parts here, got to clean up. Have to clean these up here, all the parts. Maybe I'll clean up the handles and stuff. Put them on. Show some progress on some of that stuff. I don't know what happened to my... Got to find some parts laying around here somewhere. Got to find my radio blank because I know I painted it. So I've got to find that. I'm just going to kind of find some stuff and put a few things on. And then just continue on with what we need to do. Let you guys watch some of the stuff as it goes. I'll talk to you later in the video. Let's see if we can get these things in here. Shove them in from the inside. Kind of move it with your finger. That's these little things here. Kind of like that. Stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. It's a real tight fit. I swear it won't fit, but it will. Go back and forth like that. There's one. Hopefully you guys can see that. This one here looks like there's something covering the hole. I'm gonna clean that up real quick. Yeah, I just took my handy dandy drill, gave it a little kiss there, cleaned it up. You see this one. You bend it over and back and forth. Back and forth. Back and forth until it sucks itself in there. There it is. So that shuts now. There we go. Hinge is a little loose. That was a cheap one. Swap meet. So anyway, works for me. I'll get her lined up once I get my church key. I don't have one yet, so get her lined up and get it shut. Gotta get a gas cap still. Find one of those. And we'll do some more polishing on this thing. So it had these on it, and they're chrome. I guess they were chrome, but the commercial had a cheaper chrome on it, so they didn't last. Commercial trucks. So they have these were NOS original, and this is stainless steel. So I don't know who made these, but I think told me they're NOS, but I got a pretty good deal on them, so it didn't really matter. I think I'm gonna polish this. It's stainless steel, so at least it should polish up pretty nice. I'm gonna hit it with a buffer. Let me see what happens. Well, that looks a little better. Flew off the buffer once, so bent it a little bit, but oh well. All right, for those of you guys who were wondering, this stuff is from West Coast well, it's from Eddie and Dave's garage, but he gets it from West Coast Symmetrics, is the manufacturer of it. This rubber replicates the 67 bus. The earlier ones basically had, if you wanted to have something that looks exactly like the original one, there's really nothing out there that does. But this is square cord. They had square cord all the way around on the early ones. That's the way they were made. But it had a plastic coating on it, and you can't buy anything like that now. You could try and just buy regular square cord too, but the rubber kits you get from Eddie and Dave's garage for the whole door include these seals, and they're cheaper than most places sell for both doors. They sell them for he sells them for less money than what most places sell one door for. So he sells them about 2 for 1 on that. So if you haven't bought your rubber kit for your door, you might want to consider getting a hold of Eddie and getting your rubber kits for your door, because it includes all of this, all the seals for the sliding stuff, even the ones for the door handles and the little plugs. So he includes that all in the price. So his is very complete, and the price you pay is about what most places charge for both doors, or for one door, and you get both doors, right and left. So he doesn't sell them individually. That's a better deal. All right, so these are West Coast Metrics. So he did raise his price a little bit because he's using this rubber now, which I don't know. I guess I do like this stuff a little bit better. But like I said, none of it really replicates the original. So the original on this thing was like square cord and had plastic coating on it, and like I said, nothing out there like that now. And everything you put on, you're going to have to take, you end up putting it on, installing it once, taking it back off, and taking a bench grinder and grinding it down to making it to where your door shuts properly. That's just, if you find that you're having to do that, well, that's just normal. So I don't think when I put this on that the door is just going to shut. It may, but most of the time I end up having to take parts of it to the bench grinder and clean them up, and because they're not the rubber that was on originally was really soft, and this is too stiff, so nothing, like I said, replicates that exactly. Especially on the cargo doors, you're always going to have to do cut to fit and grind on those. So I stopped using theirs. I use D-cord. I just buy D-cord and I'll put that on. That's what I'm going to put on this thing when I get to it. I'm going to put that on the treasure chest door and on the engine compartment. Just buy D-cord. It's cheap, and just put it on myself. Cut it to fit. Talk to you guys later in the video. All right, so I'm assembling up some of these latches and stuff, and a little trick for you guys who are doing this stuff. If you look at the part number, And if it's an odd, ends with a, like, so this one ends with a 5C, okay? That is the left side. And the right side ends with an even number. So anything, so if you have something that goes on your Volkswagen that's right and left, and this is Volkswagen bugs, buses, and all that, everything. If you're looking to figure out whether it's the right one or the left one, if you see the part number, they say lorry, left, odd, right, even. Lorry, left, odd, right, even. That's the old school way that guys did years ago. I had forgotten that and had used the phone a friend, Lifeline, and call them to remember that was the right one. Because what was so weird is I was confused on this, because I was like, I think the left side was left open, and I thought that one was the rusty one, but it was actually the right side one that was really rusty, and the left side still worked, but it was, the door was falling off. I thought since the door was open and hanging there, that it probably got more water in it and was in worse shape. You just never know on this thing. Everything's bad. All right, well, check that out. Got the doors on. Well, kind of just in place. Still got this type of stuff. So what I was showing you guys is the rubber. You know, you've got to take it to the bench grinder and grind it down. You know, this has got to come back out again. Get you guys back a little further so you can see. This has to come back out and then trim it like I did on this side. And I got to put the hardware in. I don't know if I have all the bolts. Every time I do something, I have to search for parts right now and get new stuff. A lot of new parts I'm using. If you look here, I don't want to shut this yet. I won't be able to open it. I don't know if I gotta. It's really hard to open these without the handle. But you can see it's still a little bit sprung because it's hitting the rubber up here. And like I said, this is like replicates the 67 bus. And 67's shut really good. That's what we put in the Westie as well, I believe. I got it over here. We can go look at it. It's getting dark out. You can see we had to shave. Well, this one was different, I think. No, it's the same. We had to shave it down, make it fit. When it's done, it seals pretty good compared to the old square cord. So that's the stuff from West Coast Metric. I know everybody just wants stuff that you could just put in there and it just works. It doesn't. This is Volkswagen. It doesn't work that way. But I still got to do a little bit more to this to get it to shut better. You know, maybe on this side. It's a lot of work to do these door rubbers. All the rubber is a little bit of work. That's why I like the D cord, which I'm going to use on these. And then that eliminates a lot of that hassle. It just smashes further, so it does a little easier. But anyway, I'm kind of running out of time here. So I figured I'd just run with what we got, let you guys kind of see the progress. It doesn't seem like much is done, but there's a lot done. Like these are almost ready to go together. But all the rubber parts on it were rotten. You know, these little things here, they go into this thing here, and the rubber on those is rotten. So what I use is I just go down and get some hose, vacuum hose, and I've got to stop and look for that, and I don't know right where it is. Stuff's kind of a mess right now. I'm trying to find stuff. It's just crazy. So I got these bulbs. I ordered these here. If you guys want to know, these European bulbs. This is a European headlight assembly. Maybe you've never seen one. They are totally different than the US ones. So they have these bulbs in them. fact, you can't interchange any of these parts with the US ones. They're different. So these are available on the Amazon, and here's the part number. $2. Wolfsburg West wants 12. I don't understand that markup. Sorry, I just don't get it. But that's, you know, the way it is. Same brand, Hella. You tell me. And I'm sure somebody made money on that, so they must be buying them somewhere for quite a bit less. But anyway, I got to get these rubber pieces, these little rotten things here. I have to get some hose, stop and get that, and I got to go to the parts store to get that. And so all that stuff, like I said, takes time. We're having trouble sourcing. Remember, this is a 61 to 63 door handle only. Yeah, we got this one. And if you guys didn't know, Econo Auto Supply actually physically burnt to the ground, which is the importer of some of these handles. Some of them are made at Wolfsburg West. This one is one of theirs from Econo. It's cheaper usually. So a lot of stuff is getting a little bit tough to find, some of the stuff that they import, because you know, there's basically a half a dozen or maybe a dozen total people that import stuff, and they all go in on the same batches of everything usually. I mean, a lot of it, and some of it's like Wolfsburg makes a lot of their own stuff, and their own stuff is better. Got these cleaned up. I don't know where the screws are and how good a condition they're in. Right, had a few distractions here. So anyway, we'll get some of those rubber pieces I need, get those assembled up, and we'll get that on the next video for you guys so you can check out the difference. And we'll get these latches in. I want to get these latches in, but the problem is I don't know if I have the 5mm tapered. I should. I haven't found them yet, so that's part of the problem. I have to look for everything one thing at a time. And I have everything in stainless, so I'm putting, you know, new ones in stainless. So you know, that's what I'm doing. The other ones were so rusty, I'm not going to put that stuff back in. And then I put everything in stainless in there so it doesn't rust again. It looks cool too. Still haven't found these either. I have the bolts for those with the rubber washers. Sometimes I hate buying that stuff in advance because I have to lose it before I get a chance to use it. The other thing I'm going to do here is we'll be doing coming up in the near future. I know everybody's requested this. I'm going to actually go through the speedometer, take it all apart, and show you guys how to. One of the things you run into is on these old ones is you'll notice the needle will start wiggling or they'll seize up. And all that is once you take it all apart, this part right here in the middle gets grease. The grease gets old and it starts to stick inside there. So it kind of goes slow and then speeds up, and the cable starts to bind up a little bit. So that can be removed and actually greased. So there's a way to do that. And there's like a little ball bearing you have to knock out of there. And I'll do that on video so you guys can all have that one to reference to. And these are the same pretty much as a bug. The difference is the bug goes in the side like this, not straight. And it goes in the side and it has two screws. The bus has one, you know, big nut on here. And the bug will have like two screws. And most of the stuff is similar to the bus. Everything's located in a different place, but it's all, you know, the process is the same. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Please like, share, and subscribe.